Once again, it's about Trump. The American president has set in motion what he had long since announced, and presented his tariff plans for various countries, including Europe, at the beginning of April. On a large customs board, he proudly showed the upcoming tariffs, which, with a few exceptions, came into force almost immediately, and were then taken back again. In return, China in particular also increased and demanded higher tariffs. But the tariffs did not take effect as planned for other countries either. This led to many tariffs being withdrawn or weakened at the moment, at least for 90 days. But the roller coaster ride continues elsewhere as well. As has since become known, Pete Hegseth had invited a reporter to a chat group in which, contrary to all data protection conventions, an attack was discussed. The time, date, and place at which a terrorist leader in Yemen was eliminated had been correct. The Trump administration immediately tried to limit the damage and announced that this would not have been so disastrous after all. As a result, The Atlantic had published the chat history in full, although they did not actually want to do so. But they had to defend their reporter against the lies. In addition to these setbacks, which raised doubts about Hegseth's suitability as a minister, there is at least something positive to report, because Ukraine has finally signed the soil deal with the USA. Here some differences had preceded it, as the USA had apparently simply changed things beforehand, but now everything is wrapped up. It will not be quite as bad as feared, because basically all earnings from this deal will be paid into a defense fund for Ukraine. On April 21st, Pope Francis died at the age of 88. The Argentine Jorge Mario Bergoglio, as Pope Francis' real name was, took pontiff in 2013 when he inherited the previous Pope Benedict. During his term of office, Francis always presented himself as cosmopolitan and open for reforms. Apart from a woman as head of the government of Vatican City, however, many of the innovations remained, one must honestly admit, rather meaningless. Although slightly struck, the Pope met Vice President J.D. Vance on April 20th and also spoke the Easter blessing. A day later, however, he died, apparently as a result of a stroke. This was followed by the obligatory lying out and burial, with Francis insisting on a simple grave. In the coming days and weeks, the election of his successor is already eagerly awaited. Particularly macabre, President Trump published a KI picture of himself as Pope, which did not go down well at all. In Los Angeles, the Mariposa Medical Group was founded, also as a kind of antithesis to the abolition of USAID. The two founders, Dr. Teresa Ramirez and her partner, Cristobal Rios, have been searching for about a year and have been diligently collecting supporters and donations. Now they were able to solemnly announce that the first steps have been resolved and the organization could start its operations. Of course, it must be attested that this happened independently of the new administration. After all, the two were looking for supporters long before Trump's re-election. No one could have guessed that Trump would crack down so harshly on medical care. The aim of the Mariposas, as the group is called for short, is to provide support through medical supplies, especially in countries where those are hardly available. But not only that, the two founders will probably also travel to these countries more often to provide medical help directly. Dr. Ramirez had a practice in Los Angeles and is therefore predestined for it. By the way, the name of the organization goes back to her practice there. Of course, such aid missions are expensive, which is why the organization is still dependent on supporters and donations in order to continue to function in the long term. However, co-founder Rios is confident that the organization will continue to exist, in the future, for a long time to come.